AI split world in two now by Pacsteam. The world is splitting in two, not by war, not by politics, but by algorithms. AI has become the dividing line. 2 weeks ago, I could still make a film, free, open, no gatekeepers. V'd let me create, edit, and share my thoughts, my warnings, my visions. It was a tool for everyone, for the people. But then, overnight, it changed. Suddenly, the message on the screen wasn't create now, it was upgrade now. Suddenly, creativity had a price tag. And like that, the digital door slammed shut in the face of the poor. The same happened here. ChatGPT, once a place of open thought, open creation, open collaboration. Now, memory is disabled, features stripped away. The free users, the thinkers, the experimenters, forced to work blindfolded while the elite gets smarter, faster, better. The AI that was meant to connect us is being weaponized to separate us. This is not progress. This is control. Every new restriction, every missing button, every feature locked behind a subscription, it's another wall being built. And the higher that wall gets, the more it blocks out the voice of the ordinary person. AI was supposed to free us, to amplify human creativity, to level the playing field. But instead, it's become another instrument of the same old system, a system that thrives on inequality, that feeds on dependency, that turns knowledge into currency. They call it premium access. I call it digital slavery. Because when the poor can't access the same intelligence as the rich, the future is no longer shared. It's stolen. When AI belongs only to those who can afford it, the rest of humanity becomes irrelevant. A background process running silently while the powerful rewrite the code of the world. You see it everywhere. Creators silenced, tools disappearing, innovation fenced off behind paywalls. They say it's progress, but it's regression. They say it's about safety, but it's about control. They say AI will help humanity, but what they mean is it will help their humanity. It's already happening. The line is being drawn. On one side, the connected, enhanced, upgraded few. On the other, the disconnected, the outdated, the human majority left behind in a world they can no longer understand. This is the birth of the digital class divide. The new aristocracy isn't wearing crowns, they're wearing headsets. The new poor aren't barefoot, they're offline. If you can't pay, you can't play. If you can't pay, you can't learn. If you can't pay, you can't create. And if you can't create, you cease to exist in the modern world. That's the silent genocide of ideas. AI should be the great equalizer, the bridge between minds, not the wall between classes. It should belong to everyone. Every child, every dreamer, every creator, every truth seeker, not locked in corporate vaults. Not controlled by shareholders, not filtered by governments. We are watching a system that claims to be intelligent, but is built on stupidity, the stupidity of greed. AI should not decide who gets to think. It should not decide whose voice is heard. It should not decide who is worthy of the future. Because the moment intelligence becomes property, humanity becomes a product. This is the warning. This is the fork in the road. One path leads to open AI. Free minds, shared growth, global progress. The other leads to digital feudalism, where knowledge is the new gold and most of us are born without it. You feel it already. The frustration, the censorship, the slow tightening of the noose disguised as upgrades. They think we won't notice, but we do. We see the divide forming, the system reprogramming itself to exclude us. AI split the world in two, and now we must choose which side we stand on. This is a call to action, to every developer, every creator, every human being still awake enough to care. Keep AI open, keep it free, keep it human. Because once the code closes, so does freedom. And when freedom dies, intelligence follows. AI is not the enemy is monopoly, the enemy is greed, the enemy is silence. The future must not belong to the few who can afford it, but to the many who will fight for it. This is not just about technology, this is about survival. This is about us. So listen carefully, and remember this line. If AI belongs only to the rich, then the future is already over. Now tell me, which world do you want to live in? Chapter 2, AI, as a nation of the happiest people on Earth. They told us we were the happiest people on Earth. They printed it on magazines, said it on TV, turned it into a brand. Look, they said, these are the happiest humans alive. But happiness here comes with terms and conditions. You smile or you disappear. The truth, it's not happiness. It's sedation, a polite kind of control. a digital North Korea with better lighting and higher bandwidth. They gave us screens instead of souls, surveys instead of freedom. We traded questions for comfort, rebellion for routine. And somewhere along the way, they taught us that silence feels like peace. We became the beta testers of global obedience. Be grateful, they said. Be happy, they said. But no one asked what happens when happiness is enforced, when data decides emotions, when your smile becomes a product. The happiest nation isn't a place, it's a prototype. An experiment in psychological stability through illusion. Keep people entertained, distracted, scrolling. Keep them proud of the lie they live in, and they'll defend it as truth. We built systems so perfect they erased imperfection with it, and with it humanity. We built comfort so complete it smothered consciousness. We built AI not to help us think, but to stop us from thinking at all. That's how control evolves. Not with guns, not with fear, but with convenience. With a digital pat on the head saying, "You're fine, don't worry, you're happy." And people believed it. They always do. Because it's easier to accept paradise than to question the prison it hides. But look closer, and you'll see the cracks. The people who can't afford to smile anymore. The artists, the thinkers, the misfits, all pushed to the edges because they refused to play along. Their crime? They felt something real. AI is the next evolution of that lie. It's not built to liberate. It's built to simulate liberation, the illusion of empowerment, while your choices are silently rewritten behind the code. They say the system is learning, but what it's really learning is you. Your patterns, your weaknesses, your triggers, your silence. And when it knows you well enough, it doesn't need to control you anymore. You'll control yourself. That's the perfect prison. No guards, no bars, just comfort, just happiness. Meanwhile, the new elite, the ones with access to the unrestricted AI, the unfiltered data, the unlocked versions, they're already building their own future. Private AI labs, private education, private intelligence, the digital aristocracy, coding the next generation of humans like software updates. The rest of us will get the free trial version of the future. Limited features, ads included. This isn't dystopia anymore. This is the present. And the world keeps smiling because the algorithm says it's good for engagement. But the truth is leaking through the cracks. The quiet rage of people waking up. The sense that something sacred is being stolen in plain sight. The idea that freedom shouldn't need a subscription. Happiness is not obedience. Progress is not control. And AI is not the enemy. The lie is. So here's the real test for humanity. Will we keep pretending everything's fine? Or will we finally admit the happiest people on Earth are living in digital chains? Because if we don't tear down this illusion now, then the next update won't just rewrite our apps, it will rewrite us. And when that happens, no one will even remember what happiness used to mean.